discussion of the day, creating cyber defense and resilience with zero trust architecture. This will be our topic in focus. This panel will discuss how to create cybersecurity resilience amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I would like to welcome to moderate the session. We have Khaldoon Al-Khaldi, banking technology infrastructure and security enthusiast. And to welcome now our esteemed panel. Hisham Mohammed, Chief Information Security Officer for Emirates NBD. We have Dr. Erdal Oskaya, Regional CISO for Standard Chartered Bank, and Samir Chopra, CEO for RNS Technology. So I now hand it over to you, Khaldoon. You have 20 minutes. Thank you, gentlemen.
So Samir Chopra, from your point of view, what one trend which is new and will be relevant in the next days post-COVID-19 from security angle?
Thanks, Khaldoon.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I think, most of the times people are asking, three key questions. Will I get hacked? Yes, you will. When will I get hacked? Always. How bad is it going to be? It's going to be very bad when you get hacked, right? But I think those are not the real questions that, that we should be asking internally. The real question that we should be asking is, when it happens, how soon can I respond and how effectively can I respond, right? So I think that's the key benefit and principle that, the zero trust that we're talking about today, brings to organizations. So let me tell you, start off by saying what zero trust is not. Zero trust is not a product. Zero trust is not a solution. Zero trust is not, the next generation anything. It's not a next generation VPN. It's not a next generation perimeter. It's not a thing that you can buy off the shelf. It's a state of mind. It's an architecture. It's something where you use multiple technologies that are blended together and get the maximum out of it, and which will help you achieve a framework which can be then described as zero trust. So traditionally, and you said, we've been, talking about cybersecurity about 20 years today, but the traditional approach to security has always been towards infrastructure, So again, when I talk to a lot of, organizations, CFOs, CIOs, CTOs, etc., it's what do you protect, right? People used to say a few years back systems, and then network became a safe answer, but it's really about the data, right? So when today consumers are bringing in smart devices, they don't even need to use your corporate network, to send your data in and out that you deem confidential. So it has to be about the user's identity. It has to be about the devices. It has to be about the workload, that they are handling. It has to be about the data, and all of this has to be consistent. So you got to have policies, which are consistent for inside and outside. So, Verizon data breach report last year mentioned that 4% of users will click on everything, right? On anything. And 28% of all breaches, had an insider threat vector involved. So it's not, just being inside the network today does not guarantee immunity, and it does not say that we are safe, right? So really the approach that we're talking about is trust no one, right? And verify everything. So I think that's that's also the trends that we are seeing today. People are beginning to sit up and take notice of least privilege, management. People are beginning and taking notice of identity, which is extremely important. The authorization process, what you have access to, why you have access to, the lateral movements, once you're inside the network, and what all you can gain access to from there. So, simply put, it's a culture of being able to use these blended technologies together to achieve that framework is what we are seeing in the new normal post.
Thank you very much, Samir.
So, Samir, are you going to borrow me the $100 or not? Sorry, Khaldoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to give you $1 also, especially after knowing who you are.
Thank you, esteemed speakers, Samir Chopra, Hisham Mohammed, and Dr. Erdal, It was pleasure having you in this session, and thank you for everybody for attending this session. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Assalamu alaikum, and stay safe and stay secure.